Today's Tech Talk, finding the best therapist online, plus some advice on making the most out of video conferencing calls and tips for working from home and staying productive. I'm joined now by our tech expert, Jessica Naziri. Hi, Jessica. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. And yourself?
I'm doing good, doing the best I can like everyone else. We've been talking a lot about mental and emotional health in this pandemic. I know online therapy platforms have been around since before this, but what are some tips? I mean, this is such a huge role, right, that you're looking to fill if you're looking for a therapist. How do you find the best ones for you?
If there's some good news out of this, therapists are really busy right now. And just because we're not physically sitting in someone's seat and crying our eyes out does not mean that you can no longer see therapy. There's so many different apps. So one that I specifically love is called Talkspace. It's HIPAA compliant, and it's an app that matches you with a licensed therapist in your state. It's confidential, and you can do it through video messaging or just messaging itself. Another one is called Tempted. It's a virtual platform for those recovering for alcoholism and they're trying to get to the path of sobriety. Especially during social isolating, it's a little hard. And they're offering a 6-week program that offers courses to help understand, manage with isolation, anxiety, and really create new tools for recovery so you have someone along with you through the path. Another really great one that I've heard about, I haven't really tried myself, but Regain, they specialize in relationship counseling. I know a lot of people right now are at home with their significant others and driving each other nuts in each other's faces and each other's personal space. So this is really great for those who just need some help talking about their partners through video chat, and it's a messaging board. And then also BetterHelp is more of an affordable private online counseling. They help with anxiety, depression, stress, Greek relationships, and more. And again, with all professional therapists that are licensed.
All right, so another thing that we want to talk about, and this is actually something that I think a lot of us have been thinking about, is video calls, whether it's for therapy sessions or a work meeting or catching up with friends. What are some of the best practices to look your best on camera? Because sometimes I look at myself in the camera on these calls and think this is not what I thought I looked like. I don't know if it's an angle issue, a lighting issue, but what are your pro tips for us?
Yes. Tip number one is turn up the lights. It's so important to show your face in work meetings or even family meetings and get together. This is the new normal. So video calls really shows our reactions and our emotions. So one thing that I really recommend are lights. One lighting device that I specifically like is called Glamcore. There's also a tripod attached to it. But if you don't want to buy a device, something that I recommend is sitting next to a window or bright lights, but just make sure that that the light is in back of you, not in front of you. I'm sorry, in front of you, not in back of you. I
Right.
apologize. Because the light usually, it'll go black if there's too much sunlight. So make sure that you don't do that. Something that also you'll notice that a lot of laptops actually have really great cameras already attached. So one thing to do is use the camera on your laptop or even get a webcam. Those usually are a little bit better. But you really just want to make sure to highlight your best angle. So make sure that you're using some sort of book or box so that you're eye level and we're not looking up your nose. Another really great tip, make sure you're sitting 2 feet away from your screen or about arm's length. If your face is too close, then it's going to be really hard to see your body language, to see your hands, and to see what you're really saying, especially when you're speaking virtually. That's how you're expressing emotion. I also recommend finding a quiet place, using your best headphones. I have the Microsoft headphones they sent me for a while. I've been loving these. This blocks the noise from my baby crying so I can actually concentrate. Um, and then another thing that also I really do recommend is multi-step authentication. You need to make sure that your accounts won't get hacked. A lot of times with video chats, people can come in even if they don't have the code. So definitely make sure you have multi-step authentication.
I'm curious, did you already have that light pre-pandemic or did you get it afterwards?
I had it before. So I've been doing this for a really, really long time. one thing that I always still need to remind myself to do is to also turn off the self view, because when you're looking at yourself like how I am right now, it's so distracting. So make sure you go into your settings and turn off the self view on the camera.
Another thing that also relates to that is actually just people trying to figure out how to work from home, how to feel productive, how to feel like they have energy when they're not able to go to the gym the way that they used to be. And we've talked about this too. It's kind of a trial and error sort of thing. What are your tips for people to try to stay focused, stay motivated?
Yeah. So the first thing is you just need to make sure you have a dedicated space where you can replicate your office desk as much as possible. A kitchen table will do, just as long as that it's a relaxed position and that your screen is at proper height and distance. I know that I'm always sitting on my couch, maybe on my laptop. So ergonomically, that's not a good option, and it's just going to get worse and worse as we continue to be at home and make this the new norm. So if you can, I really recommend an ergonomic desk. One that's a standing desk, so you're standing up, looking eye level at your laptop with books or just a monitor. And a company that I like is Autonomous. They do really great standing desks that you can change the level, but also they have really great chairs too. And your neck will eventually strain if you're just hunched. So make sure that even if you don't have the ergo chair, that you're sitting in a space where everything is eye level. So wellness is super, super important when it comes to working from home and being productive.
Yeah, I know there are a lot of challenges here. Some of them are really serious, but some of the more, I would say, lower level challenges or mid-level challenges will actually probably make us a little bit smarter, a little tech savvier, a little more productive. So great conversation. Thank you so much always, Jessica.
Thank you.
Of course.